welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a really exciting one. I have a new foundation review, demo, and first impression for you. I'm pumped about this. So this is the new ColourPop No Filter Stick Foundation. I actually liked the original, but it got a little oily on me. It was really beautiful on the skin and I did like the coverage, but for me, certain foundations, they just get excessively oily and that was one of them. But it was a good foundation. I think if you have dry skin, you might like that one more. So I'm excited about this. I have combo skin, so the T-zone for me and my forehead is usually the main oil spot on my face, and everything else is really normal to dry. And typically stick foundations do work really well for me. There's a few that I really like. So I am just gonna get started and start reading some of the claims on the foundation. The shade range is pretty good. This retails for $10. I did order this on the line. It says it conceals, corrects, and perfects for a flawless complexion in seconds. We shall see. It's medium buildable coverage. It instantly blurs pores, covers blemishes, and blends effortlessly for a natural skin-like finish, never cakey or drying, and the stick glides on for the easiest application. So the claims on this is pretty much what I always look for in a foundation. I like things to look like my skin. I like the medium to buildable coverage aspect of it, so let's test it out. All right, so I got this one in shade Light 70W. I'm not self-tanned at the moment, so hopefully this will be a good match for me. You guys always get on me in the comments saying that I don't know how to match my foundation. And I'm like, girl, I'm human, you know? Sometimes I have to just guess my shade. And I ordered this online, so, you know, I don't really know if it's going to match, but we're gonna make it work. All right, let's zoom in and get started. All right, guys, so I put the brightness pretty low. I didn't want to do it too low because I don't want the video to be super dark, but I want you guys to be able to see my skin and how everything's gonna wear on top of it. So I'm gonna start by priming. I'm gonna be using first my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which is one of my favorite high-end primers. I know it's expensive, but it's really good. So I'm gonna just apply this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite also. Everything's one of my favorite. The Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go 2-in-1 Primer and Setting Spray. I love this stuff. All right, let's get started. I always smell everything. Okay, I don't know if this color is going to match, and I don't even know how much I'm supposed to use, but I'm gonna just do a couple stripes. It feels very thick. So let's try it with a sponge. I have the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge right here, which I really like. Let's see how it blends. Okay. I think this color might be it. It might be a little white for me, but the other shades that I have are gonna be too dark because they are like my self-tan shades. So I'm gonna try my best to make this work. All right, it's blending. Definitely, to me, this doesn't even look like medium coverage. This is definitely a like natural coverage. Like it seems actually pretty light. Definitely gonna have to build to this up because I like medium to full coverage. That's just me. I know everybody's always like, why do you like full coverage if you don't have a lot to cover? It's just my personal preference. Like, go hard or go home. If I'm gonna go through the time to do my makeup, I don't really want light coverage. It depends though. It depends on the look that I'm doing, but I typically like medium coverage because I don't know, I love makeup. I like the transformation that it gives my skin. It is building up pretty nice. I feel like now it's like medium coverage. This definitely looks really white. But sometimes the camera can be deceiving because like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and it doesn't look as much of a contrast as it does on the viewfinder because I also have the brightness down pretty low. I do have a little zit right here that is still peeking through. So if you have acne, I don't really feel like this is gonna cover it up. Okay, let's do the other side. You can see obviously the difference. Disregard the color. With foundation, it's always hit or miss, like with the shades, especially when ordering online. So on the other side, I'm using a foundation brush from Amazon. I got it in a kit, which I will link the kit down below. All right, I think the coverage is gonna be better with a brush. Just right off the bat, I noticed that. Yeah, this looks more medium coverage just when you first apply it with a brush versus with a sponge. I feel like the sponge kind of sheared the product out. So minus the fact that my face is ghostly, the foundation looks pretty good. I like this side way more with the brush. Again, the coverage initially is just, it's really nice. I feel like I don't have to build it up. Whereas this side, I feel like it could even use more building up, even with the amount that I did use. So definitely, I would say if you're looking for more coverage, go with a brush. If you're looking for something more natural, go with a sponge. So the other shades that I did get, if you're curious, are medium 90W and medium 110. I could try to go in with a little bit of medium 90 just to make this work, but even this looks a little dark. Oh, actually, no, this doesn't look as dark as it looks in the tube. Do you see how yellowy that looks? I thought initially that this was gonna be too dark, because in the tube, it looks darker in person than on the viewfinder, but in the tube it looks kind of a little orangey, so I was like, ooh, that's gonna be a little bit dark for me. So at this point, I have a lot of layers of the foundation on, but honestly, it doesn't feel very heavy, and I'm just trying to make the color work for me a little bit more. So this is what the foundation looks like. I know that the color is off. I know that I used a lot of product, but I really wanted to make it work to the best of my ability. But I really like the way that this looks. Like, with the amount of product that I use, you would think my face would be super cakey right now, but it doesn't look like that. Like, it looks still like my skin. I mean, obviously it's a lot of coverage, but it feels very comfortable. I think it looks really good. I like how the finish isn't totally matte, but it's not dewy. It's kind of like right in the middle, just perfect. So I really, really do like the way that it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. It's around 3 o'clock right now. It's a little later in the day, but I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and I'll let you guys know how my products and everything wore over top. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, I'm back. So this is what my face is looking like right now. By the way, I will link this makeup look down below. I just swapped out the lip color and the lashes, but I filmed this before. It's like just my everyday go-to basic look. So I really am impressed, honestly, you guys. I mean, you saw I used a lot of foundation. I really thought that this was gonna be a fail because of the shade and because of the coverage, but I really, really like it. I don't have any issues with it. My face still feels really lightweight, doesn't feel dry, doesn't feel oily. It just feels pretty normal. I really thought that this was gonna get cakey when I set it with the powder, just because, again, of how many layers of the foundation that I did use, but I'm very impressed right now with how it looks. So we'll see if that changes, but I also did want to mention that I did set my face with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in Banana Bread. I love this powder. This has been my go-to. So I did use that with my damp beauty sponge. And then I also did set with my Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go spray on my right side. So we'll see how that wears. But yeah, that is it for the makeup and everything. So I'm going to come back in a few hours. It is 3:40 right now. It's pretty late in the day, but I'm going to wear this for the rest of the night and day, and I'll let you guys know how it wears. But so far, I'm happy. Hey guys, I'm back. So right now it is approximately 9:48 p.m. So it's been over 6 hours since I've been wearing the foundation. I checked in with you guys last around 3:30, but before that, of course, I was wearing the foundation probably for like an hour or so. So this is what everything is looking like. I am actually really, really impressed. Like, I love the way that this looks. I haven't blotted my face or touched up or anything. You can see my forehead is a little shiny, but I feel like it's nothing crazy. Like, my forehead has definitely been a lot more oily, and I'm actually really surprised at the fact that my T-zone is not more oily, because normally it does. You can see the foundation did separate on my nose because I was blowing my nose earlier, but again, nothing crazy. I feel like it's nothing that touching up can't really fix. Also, around my mouth is always really, really dry, like the corners of my mouth, because I get eczema there, and I'm so self-conscious about it. I hate it. If you guys have any remedies, please let me know. I usually will use like over-the-counter creams and stuff like that to help tame it, but foundation tends to cling to those areas, and I noticed that this foundation did. So if you have any dry patches or dry areas on your face, this foundation most likely will cling on to that. I mean, it wasn't like super uncomfortable or anything, but it's obviously noticeable. I just had to let you know, I'm human. I get eczema. I've had it since I was a little girl, and unfortunately, ever since I was a little girl, I always get it around my mouth. Like, it sucks, but it's there. But I'm gonna go ahead and just touch up really quick. I actually totally ran out of blotting sheets, so I'm gonna just use some good old tissue paper. I'm gonna just blot really my forehead, because that's like the main oil spot on my face, and you can see just like from doing that, it already looks better. I feel like for the amount of product that I used on my face, I expected this to be like melting off my face, feeling super thick. Like, this feels super comfortable. Like, just me touching my face, like, it feels really, really nice. Do I like this foundation more than my Makeup Revolution one? No. And the reason I'm gonna say no is because Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, like the new one that came out, it is super full coverage right off the bat. Like, you don't have to build it up. You can use a sponge, you can use a brush, and it's gonna be full coverage no matter what. Whereas this one, obviously, you have to use a couple layers to really build it up and get it to be super high coverage like what I'm wearing right now. But that really comes down to personal preference and the type of finish that you like, type of coverage that you like. I do really like how versatile this foundation is though. I like how you can make it super natural because some people don't like full coverage, and I like how you can build it up. And I just love how it didn't cake up on my skin. And you guys saw I literally used probably like 4 or 5 layers of this foundation, like way too many. Ideally, I probably wouldn't use that many if I was just doing my makeup every single day, but the shade was kind of off for me, so I was trying to make it work on camera so it wouldn't look crazy. That is why I did that. But I'm just really, really impressed with how well it wore throughout the day. And I've never been able to layer a foundation the way I did with this one and it looked this good on my skin after a couple of hours. So I'm just really happy with it. If I had to rate this foundation, I would definitely give it a 10. On a grading scale, I would give it an A. Like, I think this is great. It's working really well for my combo skin, and it's only $10. Like, I would totally recommend it. I didn't even see how much product is in here, but that's a pretty decent amount of product for $10. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have tried the foundation, I would love to hear from you. I would love for you guys to let everybody else know in the comments, because I think it's super helpful when maybe if you have dry skin, you tried it out, it didn't work for you, or it did. It's just a good way for all of us to help each other out, because I know that sometimes my foundations that I really love might not work for you, and vice versa, because we all have different skin types. So hopefully this was a little helpful though. Let me know what you guys think, and also let me know what other foundations or makeup products you want me to test out next. Thank you for everything. I love you guys, and I will see you in a few days in my next one. Bye.